Hey, what's up and hello? This is just Nicole giving you my views on life, love, and the world of entertainment through my eyes. Good evening, good afternoon, good morning, depending on what time you are watching this live. Hello, hello, hello. For those who are in the live, definitely let me know you are here by saying hello in the chat. We are going to get into some things. I wanted to do a live this time versus my pre recorded video because I am really confused when it comes to this drama with some of the girls on Belle Collective, in particular with So Gucci, JJ, his daughters, and Selena. But I am actually going to recap first some of the things from Belle Collective season 4, I believe, reunion part 3. Just going to go through a quick summary of the things that I felt mattered to me. And then we're going to get down to the nitty gritty on these issues that I guess are going on with these girls. Now, with that being said, let's get started with the actual recap of the show. So, the first thing that we actually see is Latrice and Joshy. Is his name Josh and they just call him Joshy? I don't even know how to say it. I'm going to just say Josh, okay? Latrice and Josh are talking, and Josh is pretty much saying that he's been trying to talk to Cliff for a while now, and he's been trying to reach out to him, trying to connect with him. But now all of a sudden, when the cameras are there, Cliff wants to front, like he now wants to apologize and he now wants to talk. And so Latrice says, I know, but I don't want to do this, in front of the cameras. I want to do this away from the cameras. And I'm like, why? The disrespect was done on camera. So resolve the issue on camera. Like, why does it have to be behind the scenes, especially when you're on reality TV? But at that point, Josh was like, I gotta go. And he walks off. And I honestly think at that point, he was kind of over Latrice too in that moment. Hey, Joseph. Hey, Indigo. What's up? What's up? What's up? Hit the like button on the way in. Oh, hey, Niecy G. Okay, I see that you were in here earlier. I'm sorry. I'm just starting to run my mouth about this review. So at that point, I think he's over Latrice because I think he realizes, again, Latrice doesn't have his back in this situation. So then we get into the fact that they want to talk about Glenn and Letitia and how, they're trying to, get their relationship back together. They just celebrated 20 years of marriage, and that is an accomplishment of itself. Now, I don't know how many happy years they've had, but they apparently got married very young. So the fact that they can still say they've been married for 20 years, that is an accomplishment. And she said, child, she is engaged. She said she is engaged, and she said that they are renewing their vows. And I'm like, how are you going to be engaged when you already married? I guess she wanted to say that because what Glenn said was he was a boy when he married Letitia. He said he was only like 20 years old, 21 years old. Now he feels like he is a man. That's what he's saying. So he's like, now I feel like I'm a man and I'm not married to that little girl anymore. I respect her as a woman now, and I embrace who she is, how successful she is. So I was like, okay, well, hopefully that's going to be the case. Hey, Nene, what's up, girl? Thank you. Thank you. So, he claims he's changed and he's evolving. They even asked Marie, because you already know how Marie is, always being a bully to a certain extent and getting in people's business and don't know how to leave stuff alone. But Marie says she feels like Glenn is growing and he is changing for the better. And she was like, well, since y'all were doing y'all vows, am I going to be a bridesmaid? And Glenn was like, hell no. Nah. Well, he didn't say that, but damn near it almost seemed like in his face. He's like, hell no. Nah. So at that point, Messy Carlos is like, I'm happy for you that you have evolved as a man. And then he says, Cliff, are you happy for them? Cliff pauses and he's like, yeah, I'm the reason why they back together. I give good advice. And I'm like, if you don't shut the hell up, if you don't shut up. So then they talk about the bromance between Glenn and Cliff. And they even did a behind the scenes interview together. Two men sitting on the couch, literally doing a behind the scenes interview together. I was like, what the hell is really going on? So Glenn says that he feels like Cliff is real. And Cliff literally was comparing, I guess, Letitia and Glenn to the Holts on Love and Marriage Huntsville. Again, I've heard little things about them, but I've never watched the show. But apparently he was putting that in Glenn's ear, saying that they were pretty much the Holts, because I guess when Mrs. Holt ended up getting, I guess, more successful, she pretty much left Mr. Holt behind. But Carlos was like, Mr. Holt cheated on his wife and had a whole baby with another woman. But moving on. So with that being said, next thing you know, they talk about that party with the stripper. And so JJ, I must say, JJ went off, and JJ was like, first of all, what I do for my wife and she want to have fun, I don't have to clock her and all of this stuff. And he says, you know what I'm saying? The man was too busy minding their business. Meanwhile, you was over there measuring that peen. And literally he was like, I was measuring it. He was like, yeah, it was on the freaking clip. Next thing you know, we see a clip of Cliff not being able to take his eyes off of the stripper's package. I mean, his eyes are glued to the package. Do you hear me? And he's like, is it real? Is it fake? And then he has the audacity to ask Letitia if she gonna pull on it or pull something down to see if it's real or fake. Now, mind you, Cliff is the main one who called Glenn trying to be messy, saying Letitia is in there with this stripper, but he tells Letitia to pull it down to see if it's real or fake. So JJ was like, if you was a man and minding your own business, he was like, but you was glued to that guy's, package, too busy trying to figure out if it was real or fake or not. And I told you guys in a previous preview that I did, he kept saying it's 15 inches. It's 15 inches. And I'm like, how do you know it's 15 inches? Like, you were literally measuring his package. Y'all don't find that strange? Yeah, so Cliff, I don't know about you in so many ways. So moving on. So at that point, literally, like, JJ is like, Glenn, come to the real man, JJ and Willie, and we'll teach you how to stay married and keep that ring on your finger. And so at that point, Willie chimes in and he gives his wisdom. And he's like, look, Glenn, at the end of the day, what Cliff did was wrong. But Glenn, you should know your woman. You should know your woman, because can't nobody come to me and tell me about my wife. Can't nobody tell me about Akeisha. And so at that point, he was like, you let Cliff tell you and put all of this stuff in your head. He was like, you know your wife, you stand next to your wife. And I was like, see, this is why I love Willie and JJ, because that's real manhood right there. That is real manhood right there. Yes, Nene, you need to watch it. You need to watch it, baby. Like, it has some boring points, but the points that were good, they were good. Because yes, we got a guy on here who is an older guy dating this younger woman, and he literally was focused on this stripper's package and literally said it was 15 inches. I don't know any man measuring another guy's package, if you know what I mean. So with that being said, next we have Akeisha. And look at this grin on Cliff's face. He likes to be messy. He likes to be messy. He thinks it's cute, but guarantee if somebody just attempted to ask questions about his relationship, like we saw in the last episode, he would have a major issue. But moving on. So we get to Akeisha, and they said Akeisha pretty much calls herself the Queen of Jackson. And Carlos said, well, people are saying, how can you be the Queen of Jackson when you can't get Ferris Street, in order? And Akeisha was like, I don't give a damn what people have to say on social media and all of that stuff. And she said, I still am doing what I'm doing. And truth be told, the real business people, they wouldn't want to be on TV anyways, which is true. When you're doing that type of business, don't nobody want to be on TV discussing that business. And if you do see them on TV, they're probably actors. They're probably not the real city officials who would literally be about the official business of Ferris Street. So at that point, Willie, again, protecting his wife, was like, Look, at the end of the day, we handling business here just like we handle in Jersey. And instead of people talking shit, join the cause or shut up, pretty much. That's what he said. He was like, don't talk mess, join the cause. If you claim she can't get Ferris Street up there, how about you join the cause and you help get Ferris Street going? And I was like, see, that's what I'm talking about, Willie. So with that, those are the main things, in my opinion, besides what we're about to get into. Those are the main things, in my opinion, that were highlights besides what we're about to get into. Now, first things first, for those who are in the chat, and hit the like button, please. Who watched the show? And I know, Joseph, you did. Who watched the show with Selena and her girls? I believe their names is Sanjay, Sky, and Star, right? They were on that show. Is it called Bring It? Who watched the show? I did not watch the show. I do not know these girls. I do not know Selena. I know them from this show, in particular this season. Okay. So my perspective is going to be strictly based on what I have seen and heard. Okay. So Nene, you saw it. Okay. So Nene, you saw, were you a faithful watcher? I know, Joseph, you mentioned it. I need some clarity. And again, I am very aware that they have a strong following. And I know that stanhood and people being stans for these, I don't even call them reality celebrities. I would say reality personalities. They have that stanhood. Look, damn it. I'm going to be about what my opinion is and try to see a balance on both sides. So at the end of the day, if you don't like what I'm saying, we can have an adult conversation and we can have some dialogue for people who may listen to this later. But I have found out that they truly have this strong following of people who feel like they can't do any wrong. All right. So with that being said, we get to the So Gucci and we get to that drama with Selena. Okay. Now, they talk about the fight situation. Okay, so you watched every season. Good. You can definitely chime in, and so can you, Joseph. Me, the show was called Bring It. It was a show about majorette dancing. Yeah, I've heard about the show. I just wasn't, I didn't watch it. So this is the thing. They start off with So Gucci talking about the fight. And Carlos says, do you think Latrice set that situation up and plotted that situation pretty much? And Selena was like, So Gucci was like, yes, because so Gucci's real name, I think, is Sophia. All right. Her name is Sophia. And Selena, of course, is JJ's ex-wife. And so she said, yes. She says she feels like, Selena wasn't in season 1. Selena wasn't in season 2. Then all of a sudden, when Latrice and So Gucci get into it about the real estate situation, all of a sudden, Selena is invited to this event. And I would have to agree with So Gucci on that, because looking back at previous seasons, Selena was nowhere in sight. So why all of a sudden would Selena be there now? So you guys, while you guys have watched this show, tell me this. What does Selena do for a living? Does Selena work? And I'm not throwing shade. I'm asking a question, like, seriously. Does Selena work? What does she do for a living? Name is Sophia. Well, I think her name is Sophia. I want to say her name is Sophia. At least that's what I saw, because I tried to go on their pages earlier. I want to say her name is Sophia. Maybe her name is Sophia. Shantae is her middle name, and they call her Shantae. Like, I don't know. But yeah, so I want to know, like, what does she do for a living? Because my thing is this. That was very valid what So Gucci said. Why all of a sudden is Selena on a show? I think Selena was brought on the show to throw shade. I think she was brought on the show to stir up some shit. Now, did they know it was going to escalate to that? Probably not, but they knew it was going to be some drama. That is for sure. You don't remember them showing what she did for a living. Okay, so I'm kind of curious, and work with me here, because you already know I'm going to try to bring all of this home, Nene and Joseph. So with that, they mostly focus on the girls. Okay, so with that, she says that, and of course Latrice is like, girl, I didn't have a problem with you. You had a problem. And Selena, there's too many S's and L's. So Gucci is like, you had a problem too. And I'm like, I agree. I do think Latrice did that to be shady as hell. Like, it is what it is. She did it to be shady. Now, with that being said, I do feel like while Latrice was being shady, I am starting to feel that both of these women, I think I've even said this in the past, both of these women are in the wrong. And it's coming off to me that both of these women have egos involved and the lack of communication, which has caused all of this stuff. Now, with that, what I found interesting is that Selena claims and the girls claim that so Gucci has been disrespecting their mother for years. So my thing is, why wasn't there ever a conversation between both of them before this incident? And one thing that Akeisha pointed out was, you claim there has been issues all of these years. And this girl has been shading you. So Gucci's been shading you and doing you wrong all of these years. But you wait until you get on a national television show to confront her and cause a scene. Valid point again. So I truly think some of this, Selena low-key wants to get on this show. I think she does. And from my understanding, so Gucci's daughter did a live like a couple of months ago when this show first, like when they first showed the fight. So Gucci's daughter did a live, and there's a couple things that she pointed out. One, she pointed out that her mother was so busy trying to take care of JJ's daughters at times, she kind of implied that she felt neglected, which caused tension between her and her mother, and probably caused tension between her and JJ's daughters as well. So it's coming off that so Gucci was trying to solidify her place in JJ's life by taking care of those girls. But I will say, okay, I think Latrice. Let me see. I think Latrice brought Selena on the show as an ally, but I don't think she actually meant for her and Gucci to fight at her wig event. Probably not. Now, but I'm going to focus. I'm going to get on the girls in a minute. Before they actually had the girls come on, they did show the clip of Selena and Carlos talking on his podcast months back. And Selena says that so Gucci pretty much said, I'm about to throw this drink on this B. When, the whole situation, when so Gucci threw shade and literally didn't talk to Selena, and Selena said, you not talking to me. And she was like, well, you wasn't trying to talk to me at the baby shower. Next thing you know, they going back and forth. And so Gucci says, I ain't got time to be talking to no extras. And then next thing you know, Selena got upset with that. And Selena said, I was on TV before you. Then she said, I was JJ's first. I was his first wife. You will always be second. Now, the extra thing, I'm sure egos and all of that stuff, that was a low blow to Selena. Now, to me, I would have laughed that off, especially how popular apparently these girls were on this show. I would have laughed it off. I wouldn't have got pissed the way that she did, but the fact that she wanted to say she was first when it comes to JJ, and so Gucci will always be second, it really makes me wonder, while they're making it seem like Selena has moved on from JJ, Selena low-key, with her interaction with Latrice, she kind of gives me vibes that even if she doesn't want JJ, listen to me now, even if she doesn't want JJ, she will always kind of do that passive aggressive shade as if she can still get JJ. Do y'all understand what I'm saying on that? You have those women out there who they may not want their ex anymore, but because they feel like they that girl and they have popularity also, they would low-key always make it seem like if I wanted him, I could get him. That's the vibe she's giving me. So do I believe that maybe she's kind of throwing that shade to So Gucci at times? Possibly, possibly. Just like I feel So Gucci, as much as she said they've lived separate lives, I think So Gucci heard a lot of crap that JJ said, probably about Selena, and probably low-key felt a way about Selena because of what JJ said and how she had to apparently help with those kids. I think it's a mixture of both, and neither one of them have sat down like grown-ass women to talk, point blank, period. So we get to the girls, and child, who is this baby in the green? Is that Sanjay? Sanjay? Is she the oldest? Is she the oldest child? Please, I'm getting the vibes that she's the oldest. Is she the oldest child? And are the twins younger than her? Because let me tell you something, she was the most vocal one, and her attitude, in my opinion, was stank as hell. The way she was coming at So Gucci, who was old enough to be her mama. Yes, she's the oldest. To me, she's coming off like the ringleader. Like if she ain't effing with them, then the twins ain't effing with them. She is coming off to me like the ringleader. Her attitude was completely off-putting. First things first, when they got on, and they're beautiful girls. When they got on the show, literally, or on the stage, Carlos was like, how does it feel to be on the stage? And Sanjay was like, I mean, like, like, in other words, we done been here before. Like, we you know what I'm saying? You like, you know who we are type of thing. Like we've done this before. And it kind of came off very snarky and kind of arrogant to me, in my opinion. Like nothing wrong with confidence, but it almost came off like she was trying to be a little snooty and throw shade. So at that point, when they start talking, Sanjay is doing most of the talking. Sky kind of chimes in here and there. Interesting enough, though, Star is not there, and Star is the one who had the baby. Star is not there, and I don't know if she just wasn't available, or she ain't trying to be in this BS. Because I was looking at social media, it looks like Star still has a good relationship with both JJ and So Gucci. But at that point, Sanjay was like, I've never liked So Gucci. We've never had a good relationship. And then she pretty much said she's never really cared for her. And the only one who really was developing a relationship with her was Star. But then Sanjay says that she felt like So Gucci wasn't genuine with what she did as far as taking care of them, taking care of the girls. And so Gucci was like, you don't know what was genuine or not. And Sanjay got a straight up smart mouth and attitude and was like, I'm not talking to you, I'm talking to Carlos. And I said, oh boy. I was like, oh, like, I understand you grown, but she probably at that 2021 age or whatever, where she really thinks she that grown. But she was like, I ain't talking to you, I'm talking to Carlos. I said, okay, this is definitely going left. So my thing is this. You can say it wasn't genuine. I guess I can understand maybe that perspective if some people feel like she was just trying to lock down a man. But my thing is, that's the only thing she could say. And that was the only thing Sky could say. If she wasn't genuine, or if you felt she was disrespectful towards y'all, or whatever the case may be, give examples. Like, I'm one of those people where, especially if this is family related or whatever the case may be, if I'm coming to a family member about X, Y, and Z and how they treated me, I'm giving examples. I'm giving bullet points on, remember this time when she did X, Y, and Z, or when she said this X, Y, and Z. I'm coming with the facts. Okay? I'm coming with the facts. They did not come with anything besides saying, well, we don't feel like she was genuine. And so Gucci was like, look, I took care of them. I did their hair. I helped them with their homework. And they kind of mock it like, there you go, talking about the hair and the homework type of thing. And they laughed it off like it was cute. Like at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying, what she did meant nothing to them, right? Now, here's the thing in the situation. I don't like the fact that So Gucci was so busy taking care of the girls that apparently So Gucci's daughter felt like she was neglected. That to me screams, I'm trying to trap a man, or trying not necessarily trap, but I'm trying to keep a man. And y'all know there's always those girls out there like that who so busy trying to take care of that other guy's kids so they can show that they can be motherly, but they neglecting their own. I hope that wasn't the case, but So Gucci's daughter kind of implied that because she had to restore her relationship with her own mama. Now, what's interesting is that Carlos asked them what's their relationship with their father now. They said they don't have one, and JJ said it's not by his choice. And so at that point, JJ says something that's quite interesting. He says the way that they're acting right now is pretty much their mother's personality and their mother's doing. They weren't raised like that. He wouldn't bring a woman around his kids that he knows this woman would treat his kids badly. But he also says she did do your hair. So Gucci did fix your place. She was there and doing stuff for you that your mother wasn't there to do. And I was strict when I was raising y'all, but instead of you guys getting a mother, you got a friend, you got a homegirl, you got a best friend. Your mother was pretty much, he implied the mother was not there to be a mother. So when he said that, they did not come back and say that's a lie. What Sky kind of said was, we're adults now, almost kind of implying that maybe because they're adults, they're kind of over that, but they never denied what their father said. They never denied that maybe the mother was being neglectful. And the fact that he said y'all was yearning for y'all mama's attention. Y'all wanted y'all mama's attention. So when he said that, and they didn't deny that either, I was like, so what the hell is really going on? So basically, Selena showed up once they were on the show. Child, or maybe to show. And the thing is, maybe she was one of those stage moms where she was there to present herself as a stage mom, but didn't do the background work as a parent. You know, the homework, the doing the hair, you know what I'm saying? The, you know, going to the school to make sure that maybe that was the case. Selena was always fighting for her daughters to start on the majorette team on Bring It, so I could see them trying to get on this show. Right. And so another thing, when they were on that show, were her and JJ still together, or were they separated or divorced? Like, that's another thing too. Because from my understanding, if I'm not mistaken, So Gucci's daughter implied that when they were on Bring It, So Gucci was around and she was with JJ. So there must have been a time if they were married or separated. So Gucci came into the picture, and I think the daughter tried to imply that they didn't want So Gucci, or, you know what I'm saying, that whole side of JJ with So Gucci and stuff. They didn't want So Gucci on the show. So if that's the case, I can low key see why So Gucci wouldn't want Selena on the show. If you was blocking me on Bring It, I'm blocking you on this show, because she even said in the podcast with Carlos, this is her time. So Gucci's like, this is my time. You wouldn't allow me to be on your time on Bring It. This is my time on this show. Let me see. I'm shocked because everything seemed fine on Bring It. She appeared to be very involved in their dance majorette career. You know what I'm saying? Doesn't necessarily mean, you know, there are, and I'm not saying this is the case, this is what JJ said. There are those parents out there that for the cameras and for the photo shoots, they're there. But when it comes to the difficult stuff, they're not. And it's almost coming off like that's what JJ is kind of implying. Okay, so they were just co-parenting. Apparently, let So Gucci's daughters tell it. So Gucci was in a picture. They did not want So Gucci involved. Okay, which is interesting because the girls and even Latrice pretty much imply that So Gucci blocked Selena from the show. Now, they're saying, because Selena, she got charges put on her after that incident. Now, here's my thing in the situation. Okay, hold on. There we go. Selena and JJ were divorced, but they still had that relationship where they joked around with each other like they were still a couple. I wonder what happened afterwards exactly. And was it just a front for the show to make it seem like they were a unit so they kids can have that look for the show? See, that's the thing about reality TV. It's not really reality. We don't really know sometimes what's going on behind the scenes. Now, in this situation, like I said, her throwing the drink. Now, the thing is, it wasn't just a drink. It wasn't like she just threw liquid on Selena. Apparently, she threw the glass. And like I said, had that hit So Gucci the wrong way, Selena probably would have been in handcuffs. Now, let the girls tell it they feel like it's petty that So Gucci actually pressed charges. Now, So Gucci says sometimes you have to show people how to treat you. I agree on both ends. Is it possibly petty that she's doing that to make it more of a reason that Selena can't be on the show? Because since she has charges and probably has a restraining order, Selena can't be on the show? It's possible. But the problem is, Selena, maybe, just maybe, you can watch your temper the next time and you wouldn't do something like that where you throwing a glass towards someone where they're bleeding. So it's possible that So Gucci is being petty to make sure that Selena can't get on the show. But my thing is, why can't So Gucci and JJ have their moment on this show when apparently they were on this Bring It show for how many seasons? So to me, I can see how Selena is trying to get on the show. I can definitely see it, especially where I don't know what her background is. I don't know if she works, but she clearly loves the spotlight. It's obvious. And so do her daughters. And what better way to make herself still relevant? Get on another reality TV show, especially if she lives in Mississippi. There's not that many reality shows in Mississippi. I don't think Bring It is there anymore. Her kids are grown. And so now, what other option does she have? So I could definitely see her trying to take So Gucci shine to a certain extent. But overall, I feel like this situation is due to the fact that you have two women. There's egos involved, there's pettiness involved. Um, I don't know if they've ever talked, because one thing that So Gucci was saying, So Gucci was like, look, we can work through this, we could try to work through this. And Sanjay was like, how? Like, you blocked my mama from the show. Their conversations don't need to be on the show. If this apparently has been going on for years, this is a conversation they need to have away from the cameras. If they truly want to resolve this like adults and create peace. That's what it is. Now, let me ask you guys this. Do you feel that the only way they can create peace is if So Gucci drops the charges? What do you guys feel about those charges? Because with that fight that happened, Selena did apparently throw a glass towards So Gucci. And So Gucci was bleeding. I guess she blocked it with her hand, but it cut her hand and she was bleeding. And so at that point, So Gucci pressed charges on her. How do you guys feel about those charges? Do you feel like she has every right to, or you feel like the only way they're going to be able to truly move forward is if she drops those charges? But if she drops those charges, will Selena try to do a sneak attack and get on the show and try to upstage and shade Gucci every chance she get? Let me see what you guys are saying. It would have been something else if Gucci back was turned and Selena attacked her, but both of them were involved in that fight, making them both wrong. It seems like Gucci don't feel like she was wrong. That's why I say both of them was wrong. I think when it all boils down to it, when she called her an extra, that was definitely wrong. And she was purposely trying to get under her skin. And at the same time, like I said before, and I think I said this before in my previous reviews, the conversation started where Selena was like, "You not gonna say anything to me," but I'm thinking like Selena, she apparently, based on your conversation with Latrice, she never said anything to you. She never said anything to you. You guys never talked. So why all of a sudden now do you want to confront this and you want to do this on national TV? And so at that point, so Gucci responded and said, "Well, you act like you didn't want to talk at the baby shower." And if I'm not mistaken, when I remember seeing that clip over again, they did talk at the baby shower. It may have been a nice little quick exchange, but they did talk. So I truly feel like there has been tension, and it could be that, so Gucci is just like, my man, my man, my man. And if my man got a problem with you, I got a problem with you. But I feel like because there are kids, even if they're grown, if there are kids involved, somebody should have stepped up to the plate and literally called someone and said, "Look, we need to have a discussion. We need to have a talk, because I feel like there's tension between the kids. And maybe if we show we can be a united front and show that we can get along, then maybe it will heal our family, and then they can start to get along as well." Right. It was. And that's why I said, to a certain extent, I don't blame So Gucci for it. Could it be a petty move also, to pretty much say, "Okay, since you want to sit up there and take it here, bitch, I'm going to make sure that you don't get on this show"? Yeah. Yeah, definitely. But at the same time, that doesn't necessarily mean that's going to work, because the reality is Selena and the girls do have a higher fan base, or I should say a way bigger number of people following them on social media. Carlos could be that petty guy and remove So Gucci and JJ and keep Selena and the girls when it all boils down to it. You know what I'm saying? So it definitely could be one of those things where he can do that move too. So, it's one of those things where I do feel like both of them in the wrong. I feel like both of them are childish. I do feel like that there are some egos involved. And I must say that I feel like there's a big ego involved when it comes to Selena and Sanjay, or Sanjay. I'm sorry, I don't know if I'm saying her name right. Sanjay is her mother's child. She comes off like that is her. That is definitely, they seem like they two peas in a pod. I personally feel like if Sanjay wasn't the leader in that crew, the oldest in that crew, I'm starting to think that the twins probably wouldn't have that big of an issue, or they would try to really develop a relationship, because they even had a sit down with the three girls and Selena's daughter about their issues. And to me, it never came off like the girls had an issue with So Gucci. They were just talking about the issues about how, possibly So Gucci's daughter felt about how those girls treated them. And I'm sorry, the way that Sanjay kind of came off on this show and other episodes that I have seen her, I could see her being a mean girl. So I could definitely see her being a mean girl. I mean, they're young. They're young. They apparently got all of this fame probably before they even finished high school. They are from a small city, a small town. It's not like they from like LA, New York. Like, they're from a small town, Jackson, Mississippi. And then all of a sudden they get all of this notoriety. I could see the mean girl streak possibly. I could see that. You know what I'm saying? And let's not even pretend like colorism don't have any type of play in this either, which I really have an issue with some of the people that I've been seeing saying, so Gucci's just jealous because of Selena's beauty. So Gucci is beautiful too. So Gucci has, I think, a couple of kids. So Gucci body is on point, just like Selena. They're both beautiful women. They're both beautiful women. If you ask me, I'm trying to figure out what the heck does JJ do or have, because he definitely was able to go from one beautiful woman to another. Yeah, I'm like, JJ, no shade, but he just sometimes give me that character like that. I don't know, like that. Darn it, like I don't know, like I wouldn't be attracted to him, but I guess both of them have been attracted to them. Attracted to JJ. Sanjay just so happened to be at the same event where Latrice had her wig launch, and Gucci still called Selena an extra with Sanjay standing right there. What a way to be cordial in front of the kids. Yeah. I mean, like I said, I'm saying both of them are wrong. both of them are wrong. Both of them are wrong. I think that So Gucci saw that, in her opinion, she already had her defenses up. She felt like Latrice was already being shady, bringing her to that event. On top of the fact that probably in the back of her mind, she was like, Selena trying to take my shine. This is my show. She done had her moment. Why is she trying to get on the show that I'm on? I think it was a mixture of all of that. So she sat up there and, threw her little shots just like Selena threw her shots. I can't understand. Let me see. I can't understand how Latrice and Selena are friends and both were. Oh, okay? So Latrice and Selena are friends. You about to talk about Cliff, all right? Because she did mention that on this episode, saying that whatever Cliff and Selena had was years ago, and how Selena is so genuine and so sweet. But interesting enough, he still talks to Selena like they best buddies. Like, she even said, yeah, we talk. Like Latrice, no, we talk all the time. It's very weird. It's very weird. JJ couldn't deny them even if he tried, because he spat though. Oh, for sure. Oh, for sure. To me, don't none of the kids look like Selena. They all look like JJ, especially them twins. They got his gap and everything. They all look like they father. They all look like they father. Yeah, I don't understand that either, especially as insecure as Latrice comes off. But again, I feel like Latrice is that type of person. Again, I don't feel she a friend to anyone. She is about one, keeping her enemies close if they are potential enemies to a certain extent, but at the same time, she sees Selena in a position where she wants to be. She wants the notoriety and the fame, in my opinion, like Selena has. Remember, Selena has had that TV fame before Latrice. Selena has, a lot of followers. So I could see her throwing whatever under the rug to keep a relationship with Latrice, because she feel like Latrice could sit up there and help her market her stuff, or can help her, like, I'm about to, wear my wig, use my hair. She sees her as an opportunity. Latrice don't care who you are. She can see it as an opportunity. She gonna key and do all of that stuff. But remember, she said a long time ago, if they breathe, and you can't trust them. So do I think she absolutely trusts Selena? Hell no. But she sees Selena as having the skills or the marketing that she needs to possibly push product. She ain't about to sit up there and end that relationship. That's for sure. Yes, they all look just like him. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, at the end of the day, I just find that no one was really giving the straight up answers and the nitty gritty to what is going on, which tells me a lot of this is ego and possibly bullshit. Because let me tell you something. If I feel like you wasn't genuine and there were certain things that you was doing that maybe felt like it wasn't genuine, I'm going to give you some bullet points. If you know what I mean, like, So Gucci is claiming that they live separate lives. She ain't have an issue with Selena. I don't think that's true. Even if they were living separate lives, she probably had an issue with Selena based off of what JJ was telling her. And if JJ was talking mess about Selena in front of them kids, that's dead ass wrong. But I feel like she was low key kind of resenting Selena for the stuff that JJ was saying. And she felt like she was taking care of Selena's kids while Selena was out there trying to be, Miss Social Media. I think that is possibly the case with Selena, but she's trying to make it seem like she didn't have no problem with her. She low-key probably had a problem with her. She did. But I'm going to need for Selena to not be the topic next season. I need for So Gucci to start showing her real estate skills. That's what I would love to see. Because the Selena topic at this point, you need to move on, and you need to show us other skills, and you need to stop with that fake mama storyline, that mother-in-law from hell storyline too. So I do need So Gucci to pick it up where it's outside of the conversation when it comes to Selena. I really do. Like, at this point, it's a done deal. And let's see what you can really do when it comes to the real estate and what you do in Jackson, because she did say that she made a couple million in like one of the quarters or something like that. So it seems she's quite impressive with her real estate, but we haven't seen anything on her real estate besides that drama with her and Latrice. But no one was giving straight answers except JJ when he pretty much said, I was strict and you had a friend for a mama and you wanted your mama's attention. I don't know how young they were when JJ and Selena got married, but child, I don't know. When JJ said that, that made me sip on some tea, and I said, "Oh, this is interesting." And these kids ain't denying it, because you sit up there and you say something like that about my mama, and my mama wasn't there for me, and my mama was a friend more so than a mama. I'ma say straight up in a heartbeat before you can get it out, you lying. My mother was there for me. My mother is there for me. She took us to school events. She sat up there and did our homework and did that. They didn't say that. They just said we adults now, as if they've moved on from that, but they never denied it. And that's, to me, the interesting part. That's the interesting part. Carlos should have asked Gucci, why do you feel the need to ask JJ if he was still in love with Selena? Maybe we would have figured out what Gucci's problem is with her. I think that was for a storyline. I truly think that was for a storyline, which is why I said she needs to pick it up on what her storyline is going to be. I truly thought that was for a storyline, and even production probably got involved in that. Because I was just like, this is random as hell. And the fact that you're asking this, it just, because when you really think about it, what was So Gucci's storyline this year besides the drama with Selena and them girls? I'll wait. Like, what was her storyline? And the Latrice drama with the real estate. After that, all the conversation was was Latrice and the whole situation with Selena. We didn't see her do real estate. We didn't see any of that. And I'm like, I would love to see a fellow Black woman in a city like Jackson, Mississippi, show us truly what Jackson, Mississippi has to offer and really show us that you can sell some damn real estate. So I don't know if typically her clients that she has, maybe they don't feel comfortable with being on, I'm saying, camera, but we all know that they have actors and stuff like that who will set stuff up, and maybe she could just show stuff that's on sale. Do something. Do something that shows us that you making moves in Jackson without just telling us, but actually showing us. And that's what I want to see with So Gucci. Yeah, if they're not going to bring Selena on the show next season, then Gucci needs to stop using her for storyline and that tire beef with Latrice. I agree. I absolutely agree. But I do feel like, just based on what I've seen, even what people have said, Selena seems like that type where she is about outshining anyone and everyone. And y'all let me know if I'm wrong on that. But I feel like while people are like, yeah, put Selena on the show, I feel like her personality, she would be trying to outdo everybody on that damn show. Now that could cause some beef with like the Maries and stuff like that. But I feel like her personality and that I'm the star vibe, I think it would take the balance off of what the Belle Collective is all about. And also, I would like to know what she does for work and business, because it can't just be simply, I'm saying, I am Selena from Bring It. What do you do? Because we all know all of these women do something. We have Marie in medical. We have Letitia with, I'm saying, her brunches and her books and stuff. We have Tambro, I'm saying, radio host. They all have some type of careers and goals. So I would need to know who Selena is outside of being the mother from Bring It. This show started out about women and their business. Yeah, it really, and the thing is, when you really think about it, a lot of them, you don't really see a lot of business. Like Latrice did talk about her building, but at the same time, and she did mention the edge control situation, that she's going to be nationally in stores for edge control. You did have Letitia talking about her book. So yeah, I would say we still saw some business stuff. We have, Akeisha talking about the Fair Street project, but other than that, we didn't see a lot of the business moves that she was making because a lot of that stuff probably has to be silent. Now, Tambra, on the other hand, we didn't see any business stuff with Tambra, but her storyline this season was that she got pregnant. So that in itself was a storyline. So yeah, it definitely was. I mean, there's always gonna be mess, and I don't think any of us we don't mind a little mess. It's just when it gets to the point where it's so damn toxic that it becomes the issue, or it's not only toxic, but it's like, what is the point of this besides it giving entertainment, to where at that point it's fake as hell, it's not reality anymore. Honestly, if they did bring Selena on the show, it might do some magic. Plus, I believe she could go toe to toe with the Bells if she needed to. She's also a Scorpio. Okay. But I don't know what magic it would do. What does Selena do outside of being a social media person at this point? What does she do? You know what I'm saying? Like, does she model? Like, what does Selena do? And I think that's the thing. And I feel like she understands the assignment of creating beef and drama, but I don't like lights, camera, action, go. Let me put the drama on. Like, I don't need a Dr. Heavenly of freaking Belle Collective. Yes, I said it. I don't need someone as soon as the camera turned on, they putting on this whole persona and a whole different personality, because I truly feel that's what happened at that actual wig event. Because even Tambra, when Carlos asked Tambra, who do you think instigated that situation? Tambra did imply it was Selena. She said, well, at first I thought it was a joke, but Selena did come to me apologizing about, what she did, but she claims it was because of years of frustration. Tambra implied, yeah, it was Selena. And that to me confirmed even more, in my opinion, that Selena did that to cause some drama and stir up some drama to validate that maybe she can create beef and she would be interesting on the show. Because if it's literally been disrespect all of these years, what made that one time trigger you so badly to where you had to say, you can't say hello to me? If I haven't said hello to you for years, why does it matter this time? Why does it matter this time? So I truly think she did that to create a stir, because then it brought her back in the spotlight and everybody was like, her fans from the show, Team Selena, drop so Gucci and put Team Selena on the show. Now, what did my auntie do? Chris, real quick, how do you feel about Carlos and Akeisha saying that Sunshine and Sky, you only have one parent, meaning you should try to work it out with them no matter what? I agree. Now, okay. He said he lost a parent. So what he was trying to say is, life is short. You don't ever know when you're going to lose a parent, because Carlos said he lost a parent and Akeisha was crying and saying she has lost a parent too. I agree. I do, however, feel like I totally can understand that, even in that situation, you don't want to keep giving passes because you're saying life is too short. Because I do feel like certain difficult conversations need to sometimes be had even with parents. You know what I mean? Like, they have to be had, and you can't just keep, ignoring it because simply saying, well, life is short and, I just want to get along, and keep sweeping stuff under the rug. If that is the case with them, I think a lot of this is because I am protecting my mama at all costs. Even if my mama wasn't really there, she's still my mama and I'm going to have her back. I think a lot of that is the case when it comes to the girls. Can I blame them? No, because that's still their mom. I just find it interesting. That they didn't deny what their father said. You know what I mean? They didn't deny that their father was like, Daddy, you're lying about mama not being there for us. So that is interesting. What would be interesting? You know what would be interesting? And someone is listening to this. Yeah, I said it. What would be interesting is if they did a show and sat all of them down like a therapy session and they had like a couple of sessions like Ayana or someone like that that truly dig deep into all of the issues and stuff like that. That would be interesting to see all of them together and really talk and really get down to the deep of it and why they're having issues with each other. Now that would be dope. That would be dope. But if that's not going to happen, and so Gucci is going to continue on the show with JJ, I damn sure don't want to hear about Selena anymore. Like I don't want to hear about Selena anymore. I do feel that it's okay to have a new, fresh person on the scene on the show. I just don't think it needs to be Selena. And if they want Selena, it's simply because of the following she has. But we can get fresh blood. Like they can have somebody new from Jackson out there who can probably give all of them girls a run for their money. Aikisha at one point was new, and you clearly saw how they was with Aikisha. So they can possibly bring somebody out there who needs, you know what I'm saying, like the attention as far as their business is concerned, but also understands the assignment on, having the tension or the issues with the girls. I don't think it has to be. I do feel like Selena is trying to do what she can to get on the show, whether that is for money reasons and to keep her relevancy, like she wants to stay relevant, or also trying to shade Gucci. Let Gucci have her show. You know what I'm saying? Let her have her show. I just feel like that's her show, her and JJ. JJ is a character in itself. I mean, in himself. Like, just let her have the show. I agree to an extent. Just because you're the child doesn't mean you have to excuse everything your parent does. Some parents are just trifling out there. Exactly. Hell, look at what happened to Gypsy Rose. Exactly. So that's why I said, to a certain extent, I understand exactly what they're saying. But one thing it seems like is, again, but this is just based off of TV, what it appears is that JJ has been an excellent father to those girls. Now, but you guys are telling me on Bring It, it appears that both of them were excellent parents and were great co-parents. But now let JJ tell it. And he's like, and he even said the truth, the real need to be put out there. Your mama wasn't there for you. That is what I want people to tap into. You know what I'm saying? Because is Selena getting all of this clout and all of this stuff when she was that mom who would sit up there and take them to rehearsal because the cameras is there? And then when it came to them being sick or came to the going to the difficult stuff when it came to parenthood, Selena wasn't there. Like, was she that type of mama? And we ain't gonna pretend like there ain't parents out there who are like that. So that when he said that, I said, oh, let's talk. Let's really get down to it. Let's really get down to the nitty gritty when it comes to this. Is Selena possibly a shitty mama? Like, is that possibly the case? And she wasn't there to do the, the necessities for her kids. She was just there for the limelight of the kids. Was she that type of mom? The fact that JJ said that and they didn't deny it is quite interesting, because they did not deny it. You know what I mean? And like you said, Nene, or whatever, I think, Joseph, you said it too. Selena was that girl who wanted to be that girl. You know what I mean? Like, wanted to be that girl. And they still are being, I'm not going to knock the hustle of them. I guess apparently they have a clothing line and they probably got YouTube pages and stuff like that. I mean, shoot, make your money. But at the same time, it's almost giving a vibe that, yeah, she's about that limelight. And hell, you know what I'm saying? At the same time, she kind of want to be the MILF in the situation. Y'all remember what MILF meant. You know what I'm saying? Maybe she the MILF in a situation where she, trying to make sure she stay up with her daughters and be the baddie, you know what I'm saying? The baddie mama. Then I would have to ask JJ, why did he play it up for them cameras like Selena was a good mom when she really was a crap? Exactly. But again, we dealing with reality TV, and reality TV ain't really reality. You see what I'm saying? So that's why I said, that's why I was asking, like, I need for y'all to chime in. And I'm sure after this, there's going to be people who are going to chime in the comments. But I'm curious, because the fact that he said that and they didn't deny it, but you absolutely right, Joseph, then why play like it was all good? But again, I can see a lot of parents doing that for the sake of their daughters and them getting the limelight and them getting, the scholarships or getting the things that they want and their passion for majorette dance and stuff. I could see a parent doing that, especially him being, I'm saying, a daddy's girl, and they saying, please daddy, or whatever the case may be, and he's doing what he can for his girls. You know what I'm saying? I could see that too. But low key, knowing dang on well that, I'm saying, maybe she wasn't the best mama, but I could see him doing that to make sure that his girls stay relevant and successful. Hell, you see parents staying together until they kids can sit up there and go on and they have their own families or whatever the case may be. And as soon as the kids get out of the house, they divorce or whatever. I could see him making sure that co-parent look as tight as possible so that made their children look good on TV. Can totally see it. Can totally see it. But with that being said, you guys, that was my take on the situation. Final thoughts on the situation. I think So Gucci and Selena are both wrong. They're both wrong. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think they both are shady towards each other. And I think it's bringing in the girls in this situation. I don't like the way Sanjay was talking to So Gucci. I don't. I do not like the way, and I feel like she is the ringleader when it comes to the sisters. Wherever Sanjay goes, whatever way she goes in a situation, her little sisters are going to follow her. So I truly feel like, what I'm saying, she kind of overstepped her boundaries the way she was talking to So Gucci and her father. And her father, you know what I'm saying? Like, I understand you trying to protect your mama, but you still, I'm assuming they in their 20s. You still talking to someone who's old enough to be your mom and is your father's wife. And you make it play it down like she wasn't there for you, but clearly she was taking care of you. Whether you feel it was genuine or not, she did take care of you. You're not denying it. You're just trying to say it's not genuine. But I'm gonna need for you to give me examples of things that she did that wasn't genuine, or things that she said, for me to realize that maybe So Gucci wasn't genuinely there for you. Or is this just you trying to protect your mama? So at this point, you trying to shit on So Gucci? Don't know, but I do know their issues and So Gucci daughter issues. Like, literally, So Gucci's daughter did a live an hour plus on her, I think, her Instagram. She fed up to the point where she was like, she ready to go to blows with these girls. So this is toxic. It's toxic. It's messy. It's ridiculous. And I feel like it's really going to have to take those actual adults, the parents, it's really going to have to take them to make the change in this situation. Can change be made at this point with charges on Selena? I don't know. I felt maybe it has gone too far at this point, but whose fault is that? Whose fault is that? I felt like these women should have talked a long time ago. I really do. But egos have gotten involved. It has, and it's a sad situation. Hopefully they will want to get some help. But that's Sanjay, child, she seemed like she like her mama. Like, she like, absolutely not. You know what I'm saying? Like, she almost kind of coming off like, as long as So Gucci is around, I'm good on you, daddy. That's the way it's coming off with her. I think the twins are willing to make amends, because Sky, when they actually talked behind the scenes between JJ and just the girls alone, Sky was crying. She was wiping her eyes with tissue, so you could tell she was really hurt. Sanjay, though, had that stank face, and was like, whatever, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, she's not trying to see it any other way. And that, as an adult, that's not a good way to be either. She's going to have to realize that So Gucci is in her life regardless, because that is her father's wife. Yeah, I agree. I'll defend myself, still be respectful, because they're still my elder. I'm only disrespectful if they disrespect me first, right? And also, Gucci said was like, you don't know what was genuine or not. She was like, I ain't talking to you. I'm talking to Carlos. I was like, see, that would have been a slap in my household. I'm just saying. That would have been a slap, and that would have definitely been, you know what I'm saying, the father saying, watch your tone. Watch your tone, because you're still talking to someone who's your elder. Watch your tone. But Sanjay was going in, honey. And it was just like, okay, like you are forgetting that that woman's old enough to be your mama, right? But anywho, on that note, you guys, thank you for those who are Team Selena and Sanjay and Star and Sky. You can give me your opinion, but still be respectful. If you are so Gucci, Team So Gucci and JJ, give me your opinion, but be respectful in the comments, you guys. This season is over. I guess we will see if they will continue on with a season 5. We shall see. I will have to give overall this season a C. See, that's just what it is. But with that being said, you guys, I will probably do another live tomorrow, just doing my WTF weekly to just talk about, of course, the trending topics that have been going on. Yes, yep. Joseph, you just literally just posted that. Yes, I'm probably going to be doing a WTF weekly tomorrow or Thursday and talk about certain topics. So yeah, we're going to get into that tomorrow or Thursday. So with that being said, you guys, love you. Please hit the like, share, subscribe button, and I will see you on my next video. Toodles.